Hey everybody, Chris here. Today I will be doing a review of a Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1 glove that I had made. The maker of this particular glove is a guy by the name of Jameson Michael Knapp over at Dark Dream Design. You can check out his website if you want. He's on darkdreamdesign.com, or you can go to Facebook and check him out under the same company name. So when I got home today, I had this package waiting on me, and I haven't even opened it yet. We'll open it on camera together, that way you guys will see it for the first time, just like I will. But before we get to the actual review, I want to give you a little bit of a backstory. You know, I always wanted a real Freddy glove, and I'm not talking about those little cheap-ass plastic gloves you see around Halloween. If I was going to get a glove, I wanted a real one. But the problem is, they get really expensive really quickly, and I've just never really invested the money into a glove. But I always said that if I ever got the opportunity to meet Robert Englund, I was going to get a glove autographed. You know, Robert doesn't do a lot of shows in the United States, and unfortunately the shows that he does do, they've always been so far away that I was never able to attend. And then I found out a couple of months ago that Robert actually got signed to do a convention just 3 hours from me. I was absolutely blown away. So, being true to my word, I was then tasked with finding a glove worthy enough of Mr. Englund's autograph. And I searched for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I really only found a handful of glove makers that were even worth considering, really. Sort of the cream of the crop, if you will. So I started doing a little bit of research on them. I started looking at pictures and videos of some of their work, sending them emails, Facebook messages, to see kind of what kind of vibe I was going to get out of them. You know, when I send a stranger this much money, you know, I not only want someone that does fantastic work, but I also want someone that I can trust and feel comfortable with. That's when I stumbled onto Dark Dream Design. And the more that I looked at his work, the more impressed I was. Jameson also does custom work, which also impressed me, because that means you can kind of mix and match what you get in a glove. You just don't get a standard cookie cutter glove. You know, you can take different parts from gloves, and he'll build it however you want it. And I really like that about him. So we started shooting Facebook messages back and forth. I was telling him what I want, what I didn't want, that sort of thing. And he was like, absolutely, I can do all of that for you. And then I was like, well, I need it done kind of on short notice. You know, I'm going to be meeting Robert, so can I get it done in a month? And he's like, absolutely, I can do that. And another thing to like about Jameson is he also sends you pictures of the build process as he's building the glove. So you could kind of get to see it as it starts coming together, which is really awesome. And I'll show you some of those pictures a little later on. But right now, let's get on with the view. Let's get this thing open and let's see what we've got. All right, so let's get this thing open. Let's see what we've got. Oh, there she is. Oh, looky there. Of course, we do have tape on the tips. That is a nice looking glove. I don't know how much detail is actually showing through on the camera, but that thing is badass. That is a nice product. Let's get this thing on. Let's see how she looks. All right, so let's get a little closer look at this thing. And there she is. It is cut screen accurate. Slightly, a little smaller hose, because that's one thing that I did ask for. I also asked for the glove to be darker, the leather portion to be darker than normal. And I also really wanted the glove to look beat to hell. That was something I really wanted. So let's have a close up, see how good we can get on it. If you'll look at the red tips on the fingers, now that's something that I really like about Jameson, and as far as I know, he may be the only glove maker that does this. If he's not, There are very few that does this. He actually will braise the blades under the glove, and when you braise the gloves on, that's where you get the discoloration, the heat discoloration on the fingertips. And so I really like that. That's screen accurate. If you'll look at some pictures, especially on the earlier models of the glove, you'll definitely see the reds on the fingertips. So that I definitely like that. That's something you don't see very often. The blades are very shiny. I like that. They're dull to the touch, but they do appear to be sharp. Can't really get a good angle on that, but they do appear to be sharp. The coloring, I absolutely love the coloring. He did a fantastic job on the coloring. And I told him I wanted a glove that looks like it had been to hell and back. I wanted something that looks like Freddy would have actually worn. And I think that he hit it out of the ballpark with this thing. I'm completely impressed with this. It's got a good range of motion to it. I can almost make a complete fist with this thing, even though you can't really tell it. So I mean, that's a good range of motion. It works really well. It's not all stiff like the little cheap ones are. It does really good. He done a fantastic job with this thing. Absolutely couldn't be more pleased with it. It really is a grade A job. Absolutely love it. If I am to do a completely honest review of this glove, you have to talk about the good, but you also have to talk about the bad. The reds on the glove, the fingertips, these are really great. I love them. On the original glove, they wasn't quite as red. And I talked to Jameson about this, and he told me that he couldn't control the amount of red that was on the fingertips. It's just part of the process, and you can't really control how much red shows up. So I can't really complain about that because I knew that was going to happen, so that's not an issue. The only downside to this thing is I did tell Jameson, you know, I really need this thing in a month if I can because I'm going to meet Robert and I want to have it for then. And so he told me that he could. So I sent him the money and all this, and then a month goes by, I have no glove. A month and a half goes by, I have no glove. And so I sent him a message and I'm like, you know, I really need my glove. I'm like, I'm getting ready to meet Robert and I need this thing no later than a month and a half. I mean, sorry, a week and a half. I'm like, I've got to have it. So he's like, I will get it to you. He's like, come hell or high water, you'll have the glove. So even just earlier part of this week, you know, he still hadn't got it finished up and got it sent out. But I will say that he spent the money out of his own pocket and shipped this thing second day air so I would have it in time. So even though he did run a little farther behind schedule than I would have liked, he did make things right. He got it out and he spent money out of his own pocket to get it to me and get it to me on time. So I do greatly appreciate that. I really do. That's really the only downside I have with Jameson and Dark Dream Design. They put out a hell of a product. This son of a bitch is mean. It is awesome looking. Hell of a product. I love the product. Would I order from him again? Absolutely, I would. No question about it. I would be a little apprehensive on time issues if you have any time constraints that you have to meet. But he puts out a hell of a product. It looks fabulous. I would certainly order from him again. Let's go ahead and look at some of the pictures he sent me during the build process. Some awesome pictures. Thanks, Jameson, for sending those along. Let's get a better look at this thing while we've got it off. Of course, it's very detailed work. This is nothing that is just half-assed. Jameson does absolutely fabulous work. All the research that I had done online led me to believe that this was the glove maker of far beyond what I could imagine, and I was right. I'm extremely blown away by his work. It's absolutely amazing. Of course, you do have the extra rivet hole in the ring finger. Of course, the simulated blade break. You can't have a part 1 without the blade break. Love the cherry reds. Like I said, they're a little more red than what you're going to see on a part 1, but the way that they're also blackened up, I think these son of a bitches really fit the glove really well. There's a good overall shot of the glove. On the back side, it is cut pretty well screen accurate. Like I said, the glove is darker than what you would typically see on a part 1, but that was at my request. You can't really tell it. Jameson did sign the inside of the glove, which he always does to all of his gloves. But truly blown away. Great piece. Great piece. Hey, just a quick update. Can't do a complete glove review without seeing the finished product autographed, which is the whole damn reason I bought the glove to begin with. Robert Englund was a fantastic meet, by the way. Super guy. Didn't get any hurry. That's fabulous. Here's how she turned out. Was a little upset, disappointed, maybe the right word. I had several things for Robert to autograph, so as I was getting everything out laying on the table, he grabs the glove up and starts signing it, which is great. But before he started signing, before I realized he had a black Sharpie. So that was a little bit disappointing. I was actually wanting it to be in silver, you know, on the back, on the dark nameplate. That way it'd really pop. But it still looks pretty good. Still very happy with it. Anyway, that's pretty well the end of the glove review. Once again, thanks to Jameson Michael Knapp for hooking me up with a glove. Anybody that's interested in a high quality glove, certainly recommend you head over to Dark Dream Design and check him out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.